In a noisy world, clarity is power. Welcome to Stoic Wisdom GB, a space for ancient Stoic wisdom, practical philosophy, and mental discipline. Here we learn how to remain calm in chaos, strong in adversity, and focused on what truly matters. You've always heard the age-old saying, "Be kind, put others first." But has anyone ever warned you about the pitfalls of being excessively kind and caring? In a world brimming with generosity, we often witness how giving more than we can afford depletes us, not just financially, but emotionally too. It raises a crucial question. Can being overly kind actually endanger our own lives? Prepare to be enlightened, even shocked, as we explore the adverse effects of extreme kindness. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 startling ways your excessive niceness could be detrimental, and follow that with 4 robust strategies to ensure you're not taken advantage of. Get ready to challenge your perceptions and perhaps redefine what it truly means to be kind in a balanced and healthy way. Delving into the first critical point of our discussion, we confront a common pitfall: nurturing excessively high expectations of others. Stoicism, a philosophy deeply revered for its pragmatism and resilience, teaches us the virtue of accepting reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. This mindset advises that when we give, we should do so without the anticipation of receiving equally in return. However, the complexity of human nature means we often struggle to maintain this Stoic ideal of selfless giving. Despite our best efforts, there's an inherent expectation that our acts of generosity will be reciprocated, particularly in times of our own need. This expectation is not just about material reciprocation, but also about seeking emotional and psychological support, which we believe we have earned through our prior acts of kindness. The irony lies in the reality that by continuously putting others first, we inadvertently set a precedent. We teach people around us to expect that we will handle not just our responsibilities but theirs as well. This misplaced sense of responsibility leads to a dangerous imbalance, where our needs are perpetually sidelined. It's crucial, therefore, to recognize that when others prioritize their needs over ours, they are not necessarily failing us. Rather, they are doing exactly what we ought to be doing more of, looking after their own well-being. This realization is vital in reorienting our approach towards giving and setting boundaries. It allows us to understand that true kindness is not just about aiding others, but also about ensuring we don't neglect our own needs in the process. This understanding is not just a cornerstone of Stoicism, but a fundamental aspect of maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. If you're joining us in unraveling the unexpected complexities of kindness through our video, 10 Ways How Kindness Will Ruin Your Life, you're on a path to discovering the delicate balance of altruism and self-care. Show your engagement with this enlightening perspective by commenting, "Balancing Kindness Understood." Stay tuned for further revelations that will guide you in navigating the intricate dynamics of kindness and self-preservation. Addressing the second crucial point, we delve into the issue of expectation management, particularly in the context of generosity. Stoicism advises that true value lies in acting rightly and logically, rather than conforming to others' desires. This philosophy underscores the significance of moderation in giving, a principle that maintains one's autonomy over actions and safeguards mental health. The adage that people are creatures of habit resonates profoundly here. Human beings naturally adapt to patterns and routines, integrating them into their lifestyles. This adaptation leads to the creation of comfort zones, areas of minimal challenge or stress. When you habitually give, it establishes a pattern that others come to rely on. In this dynamic, self-value becomes paramount. If you don't prioritize your own needs and values, it's unrealistic to expect others to prompt you to do so. This lack of self-prioritization often leads to a one-sided relationship where your well-being is consistently overlooked. The people you help may view you as their perpetual benefactor, a role that, while noble, can be costly in terms of your personal growth and well-being. In summary, The solution or lesson from this discourse is clear. Practice balanced giving. It's essential to remember that while helping others is commendable, it should not come at the expense of neglecting your own needs and values. By valuing yourself and setting boundaries, you not only preserve your mental health but also encourage others to take responsibility for their own lives. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where your generosity led to a one-sided relationship or impacted your personal growth and well-being? How did you recognize this imbalance? And what steps did you take to reestablish boundaries and prioritize your own needs? Stay tuned for the next intriguing segment on how Stoicism teaches strength and why setting boundaries could drastically alter how others perceive and respect you. Are you being seen as strong or weak? In our third exploration, we confront a critical aspect of self-care and personal goal setting, a concept strongly advocated by Stoicism. Stoicism teaches the importance of living according to reason and virtue, emphasizing the necessity of setting boundaries and prioritizing our own responsibilities. This philosophy firmly believes in maintaining a balance between self-care and caring for others to preserve both our identity and well-being. Back to issue. When we consistently place others' needs above our own, there's a risk of losing sight of our personal goals and aspirations. This pattern of behavior might also indicate an attempt to escape internal pain or fear. Consider the feelings that arise when spending a weekend alone or returning to an empty home. Are these activities a diversion from confronting personal issues? The danger here is twofold. On one hand, evading self-reflection is a temporary solution. Eventually, you must face yourself and your inner conflicts. On the other, continuously prioritizing others' needs over your own leads to a deepening sense of dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Self-care is not just an act of indulgence, it's a fundamental aspect of maintaining overall health and happiness. The analogy of not giving someone a chocolate before you've savored one yourself encapsulates this idea beautifully. It suggests that you cannot effectively help others unless you've first taken care of your own needs. Similarly, the notion of not offering to clean a friend's house until you've tidied your own space and enjoyed some personal relaxation time, such as watching a movie with a glass of wine, illustrates the importance of self-prioritization. In summary, the solution and lesson here is the vital importance of self-care and personal goal setting. By ensuring that you're happy, fulfilled, and well cared for first, you're in a better position to assist others. The key is to strike a balance where your own needs are met without completely sacrificing the well-being of others. Next, we address the perception of weakness that may arise from excessive altruism. By establishing boundaries and practicing self-discipline, we not only adhere to our responsibilities and principles, but also command respect from others. Stoicism teaches that respect is earned through self-assurance and the ability to uphold one's values and limits. The paradox of excessive helpfulness is that it can lead to being perceived as an expert in your professional field, yet simultaneously create an entirely different impression in personal interactions. When you consistently fail to set limits, you risk being viewed as weak or overly accommodating, akin to someone who excessively defers to their boss. This perception encourages others to offload their responsibilities onto you, knowing you're unlikely to refuse. It's a cycle where your kindness is exploited and your personal strength is underestimated. However, the moment you start saying no, a transformation occurs in how others perceive you. This simple yet powerful act of refusal is akin to wielding a magic word. It signals a shift in your approach, one that prioritizes your own needs and responsibilities. Remarkably, this change often leads to a newfound respect from others. They begin to recognize and value your strength and autonomy, qualities previously overshadowed by your unyielding willingness to help. In conclusion, the solution and lesson here revolve around the power of setting boundaries and the importance of self-discipline. Saying no when necessary is not a sign of selfishness, but a declaration of self-respect and strength. By balancing helpfulness with personal limits, you not only maintain your own well-being but also earn the respect of those around you. This equilibrium is central to Stoic philosophy, advocating for a life that is both self-reliant and respected by others. Can you share a personal experience where saying no transformed the way others perceived you? And how did this change impact your sense of self and your relationships? The fifth, we delve into the phenomenon of conditional friendships, where individuals seek you out only when they require assistance. Stoicism, with its emphasis on wisdom and discernment, teaches us the importance of selectively extending our help. In the next part, we discover how the energy you radiate attracts certain people into your life. Are you drawing in givers or takers? Stick around for a compelling segment on the power of personal energy. Continue. The reality is, you may find yourself surrounded by fair-weather friends. Those who appear amiable and engaged only when they need something from you. This can be a disheartening realization, especially when you consider that most people do not extend the same level of camaraderie to their employees or co-workers in social settings like grabbing coffee or a beer. While this situation might make logical sense, given the nature of these relationships, it doesn't necessarily make it fair or acceptable. This predicament necessitates the development of strategies to prevent being taken advantage of. It's not about becoming cynical or distrusting, but rather about learning to identify and respond appropriately to such situations. Stoicism provides the tools for this through its teachings on wisdom and self-control, guiding us to make informed decisions about whom to help and when. In conclusion, the solution and lesson here focus on the need for discernment in our interactions. By applying the principles of Stoicism, we can better recognize and manage one-sided relationships, thereby conserving our time and energy for more meaningful connections. The sixth insight of our exploration, we delve into the magnetic nature of personal energy and its impact on the type of relationships we attract. Stoicism teaches us the virtue of patient judgment, especially in building reciprocal and meaningful relationships. It's a philosophy that believes in the alignment of energies, suggesting that our personal frequency can greatly influence the kind of people we draw into our lives. When we vibrate at a lower frequency, perhaps due to exhaustion or negativity, we tend to attract individuals who resonate with that same energy. These individuals might be characterized by pessimism, darkness, or a tendency to take without giving. In contrast, when we operate at a higher frequency, full of positivity, enthusiasm, and industriousness, we are more likely to attract people who share these uplifting qualities. This concept echoes the idea that like attracts like, both in terms of energy and intentions. However, the issue arises when our indiscriminate giving leads to a depletion of our own energy, causing us to emit a lower vibration. This state can make us a magnet for needy or opportunistic individuals who are more interested in taking than giving. The solution and lesson here are about mindful giving and maintaining our own energy levels. By practicing patient judgment and being selective about whom we help, we can preserve our higher vibrational state. This approach not only protects us from one-sided relationships, but also ensures that we attract people who are inclined to share, contribute, and enrich our lives. Can you share an experience where your own energy levels, positive or negative, noticeably influenced the type of people you attracted into your life? And how did this realization impact your approach to relationships? Seventh key point, we address the critical issue of losing sight of personal goals and dreams amidst excessive altruism, a concern that resonates deeply within the Stoic philosophy. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-focus, particularly on our aspirations and ambitions. However, when kindness is extended without boundaries, it can overshadow our personal objectives, leading to their neglect. This constant availability for others often results in our dreams and goals being relegated to the sidelines. Such consistent deferral not only hampers our progress, but can also culminate in feelings of unfulfillment and regret. The danger lies not in helping others, but in doing so to the extent that it becomes a hindrance to our own growth and aspirations. It's a delicate balance where one must ensure that their assistance to others doesn't eclipse their personal journey towards their dreams. We will explore how excessive kindness can become a burden, challenging the Stoic ideal of balance in a few minutes. Ever felt kindness turn obligatory? We'll delve into this intriguing paradox later in the show, and it's vital to remember in this part that your dreams and goals hold equal significance. While it is noble to aid in the achievement of others' aspirations, it shouldn't come at the cost of abandoning your own. The lesson here is clear. Maintain a balance between helping others and pursuing your own dreams. This equilibrium is essential in adhering to Stoic principles, which advocate for a life where personal growth and assisting others coexist harmoniously. In our 8th point, we examine how excessive kindness can become an onerous burden, an aspect that starkly contrasts with the Stoic teaching of maintaining balance. Stoicism, a philosophy that values moderation, warns against the pitfalls of being overly generous. When you're perceived as the always available individual, your kindness may start to be taken for granted. This expectation creates a burden, transforming what should be a voluntary and joyous act of kindness into a heavy obligation. The continuous strain of meeting others' expectations can result in emotional exhaustion, sapping the joy from acts of goodwill. It becomes a cycle where kindness is no longer a choice, but a taxing duty that drains your emotional reservoir. To avert this, striking a balance is crucial. It's about finding that middle ground where you can offer help to others without compromising your own well-being. It's not about withholding kindness, but rather about dispensing it in a way that is sustainable for you. The solution here is to embrace the Stoic virtue of balance in all acts of kindness. By doing so, you ensure that your generosity is both appreciated and sustainable, preventing it from becoming an overwhelming burden. This balance is key to maintaining emotional well-being and keeping the spirit of kindness alive in your actions. Have you ever experienced a situation where your kindness was taken for granted, leading to emotional exhaustion? How did you manage to re-establish balance and ensure that your acts of kindness remained fulfilling for you? The 9th exploration, we tackle the issue of diminished self-identity, a concept that Stoicism finds concerning. Stoicism teaches the importance of knowing and maintaining one's identity. However, when kindness is overextended, it can obscure the lines of your personal identity. This happens when you become more known for addressing the needs of others than for who you are in your essence. To circumvent this, it is imperative to set boundaries and nurture a sense of self that stands apart from your altruistic endeavors. Your identity should encompass more than just the role of a benefactor. It should reflect your unique attributes, aspirations, and values. This distinction is crucial in ensuring that while you engage in acts of kindness, they do not completely consume or define your identity. Establish clear boundaries and foster an identity that is not solely reliant on being kind to others. By doing so, you can enjoy the fulfillment that comes from helping others while maintaining a strong and distinct sense of self. This balance is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, answering that you lead a life that is not only generous but also true to your personal identity and values. The final point, we delve into the paradox of perception, a concept Stoicism addresses with its emphasis on living according to one's principles, irrespective of others' opinions. In a world where genuine kindness is not commonplace, being a kind person can unfortunately evoke suspicion rather than gratitude or admiration. People might question the motives behind your benevolence, wondering if there are hidden agendas or unspoken plans. This skepticism can be disheartening, especially when your intentions are pure. It's a reflection of a broader societal cynicism where altruism is often viewed with doubt, as many assume that overly helpful individuals are concealing malevolent motives. This perception may not necessarily be a result of encountering a particularly suspicious group of people, but could be a more general manifestation of a widespread mistrust. Most people, based on their experiences, are cautious of those who seem excessively eager to help, fearing ulterior motives. The next part of this journey will offer you 4 methods to stop people from taking advantage of you. We believe it will make your life better. Stay tuned. Back to this issue, continue to do good, even if it is met with skepticism. It's important to understand that while you cannot control others' perceptions, you can control your actions and intentions. By staying true to your values and acting with integrity, you maintain your character and self-respect. This approach not only aligns with Stoic philosophy but also ensures that you lead a life consistent with your beliefs, regardless of external judgments or misinterpretations. Have you ever faced skepticism or mistrust for your acts of kindness? How did you stay true to your principles despite these challenges? And what impact did this have on your approach to altruism? As we dive into strategies to prevent being taken advantage of, let's focus on a crucial first step: tuning into your feelings. By being attentive to your own feelings, you become aware of whether you're overextending yourself and risking mental exhaustion. It's about finding that sweet spot where helping others feels rewarding, not draining. Ask yourself, how does it feel when you help someone? Ideally, it should bring a sense of elation, as if you're walking on clouds. However, if you find yourself feeling constantly overwhelmed, tired, irritated, or exploited, it's a clear signal that something's off. These emotions are indicators, telling you that it's time to reassess your boundaries. If helping others leaves you feeling negative, it's vital to be honest with yourself about the impact it has on your well-being. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your health and peace of mind. In fact, it's a necessary step to ensure that your kindness comes from a place of strength and joy, not obligation or resentment. So listen to your feelings. They are your compass in navigating the balance between generosity and self-care. Embarking on plan number 2, let's embrace the empowering word, no. This aligns with the Stoic philosophy, which teaches us the importance of valuing our time and energy. Saying no is a form of self-control, a necessary response when you're overburdened or faced with unfair demands. While no often conjures up negative connotations, feelings of guilt or disappointment, it's crucial in setting healthy boundaries. It may feel uncomfortable at first, as we're naturally inclined to please others, but failing to say no can lead to a life overshadowed by pessimism and frustration. It's about understanding that no isn't just a word of denial, but a declaration of independence, a way to reclaim your freedom and protect yourself from being stretched too thin or exposed to unnecessary risks. Practicing this can be as simple as standing in front of a mirror and reaffirming your right to say no. It's a reminder that your well-being matters, and that it's okay to put your needs first. It's not just a word, it's a tool for maintaining balance in your life, a critical aspect of living stoically. Can you recall a time when saying no was particularly challenging for you? How did this decision impact your well-being and your approach to setting personal boundaries? Strategy 3 revolves around honoring your personal time and space. This is deeply rooted in the Stoic principles of self-discipline and self-respect. It's about dedicating specific moments for self-care, indulging in activities that rejuvenate you, be it exercise, drawing, or simply savoring a cup of tea while lost in your favorite music. When these precious times are approached, if someone requests your help, remember this time is for you, not for others. So, without any guilt, it's perfectly okay to say no. This is your time to unwind and recharge. If you prefer not to be too direct, you can offer to assist at a later time, but be clear that your availability will be limited. This strategy is not about being selfish, it's about maintaining a healthy self-relationship. Remember, taking time for yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for maintaining balance in life. So, cherish these moments, and let others know that while you are there to help, you also value and respect your personal time and space. Strategy number 4 is all about recognizing and distancing yourself from energy vampires. In line with Stoic teachings on self-discipline and wisdom, it's crucial to discern which relationships are beneficial and which are detrimental to your mental well-being. Energy vampires are those who burden you with their endless complaints, their problems, and their generally pessimistic outlook on life. It's important to understand that trying to help these individuals often proves futile. Their issues are less about specific problems and more about a habitual pattern of negative thinking. Remember, it's not your responsibility to fix everyone. Sometimes the most stoic action you can take is to protect your own mental space by creating distance from those who drain it. This doesn't mean you lack compassion. Rather, it's a recognition that your energy is a limited resource and needs to be preserved for healthier, mutually supportive relationships. This approach aligns with the Stoic practice of focusing on what is within your control, your own actions and attitudes, and letting go of what isn't, like changing the inherently negative mindset of an energy vampire. Have you ever encountered an energy vampire in your personal or professional life? How did you handle the situation while maintaining your mental well-being and staying true to Stoic principles? In conclusion, our journey through 10 ways how kindness can ruin your life has been an eye-opener, highlighting the importance of balancing altruism with self-care, setting boundaries, and protecting our mental well-being from energy vampires. We've explored how Stoicism guides us to value our own time and energy, empowering us to say no when necessary and maintain healthy relationships. If this content resonated with you, or if you've had similar experiences, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on more enlightening discussions like this. Your engagement helps us grow and continue providing valuable content. So, let's keep the conversation going in the comments, and remember, kindness is a virtue, but it should never come at the cost of your own well-being.